腾讯的广大网友和球迷，大家好。今天呢，我们在这里将会有两位非常重要的朋友，一位是著名的歌手和演员吴亦凡，另外一位是 NBA 中国的 CEO David Shoemaker 舒德伟先生。他们在这里会有一次对话。
I guess I'll go first. Being Canadian, right? This is, for me, the moment we put the All-Star game on the map here in Toronto, announced it a couple of years ago, was something that I earmarked because I knew it would be something special. Being Canadian, it's a point of pride, really, for me to see the way the country's embraced this All-Star. The city of Toronto's alive and electric, and we're only, one night through the two-night extravaganza. It's going to be fabulous, I hope, today. What do you think?
I mean, I enjoy everything. Besides, it's a little cold, but everything else is great. I could relate to it a little bit because I studied in Vancouver before, so I know a little bit of Canada, and then also for me it's the first time to attend the All-Star weekend. Also as a Chinese, this is the first time to be able to play in the celebrity game. So I was really happy, and I feel like honored, and I what can I say? I want to come back again next year, and I'm enjoying it so far. Yeah.
I'm told our scouts have their eyes on you. You've got real basketball skills, so that's something all the Chinese fans were pretty impressed.
Thank you. Yeah. I always loved the game. I have regrets. I'm gonna say. I think I can still do a little bit better next year. Yeah.
Well, that's the way a top basketball player thinks. So.
Yes. Always be next year. But yeah, I mean, yesterday the dunk contest, it's just mind blowing. I was at the first row watching it, and it was just crazy. I think it's one of the best I think seen these few years. Yeah.
I have to agree with you. I think it's being written about as sort of historic dunk contest. I saw Aaron Gordon. He did that thing where he looked like he was sitting in a chair like we are, and he went over and then dunked it, and then. Zach LaVine outdid him, but they went into, playoff rounds in a dunk competition. I think that was amazing. For us, though, and maybe it's appropriate because you're here and you're a product of our junior NBA program 10 years ago. One of the highlights for me is to see all of the NBA players getting with the youth and doing junior NBA programs all around the city, and I think that's a real highlight for me.
Yes, that means a lot to me too. Also, yes, like you said, 10 years ago, I was playing, and then I think it's just such a great thing to give the youth, everyone a chance to know the game, to be able to play and compete, and have passion for it. I think it's great. That's how I got really into basketball. So I think also it's always one of the highlights. When you see juniors when they go out on the court and play. Yeah.
And look where it takes you, right? I mean, we say get into basketball because it teaches such important life lessons, teamwork and discipline and hard work, not because you're necessarily going to be an NBA star, but
exactly.
You can become a superstar like you are in another discipline.
Yeah, I never knew I was going to be, but I'm going to have to say, basketball, it helped a lot. Like you said, teamwork, everything. Also, it just made me more confident, overall, and helped me make a lot of friends. So, yeah, this is the sport that I love. That's why, Oh, yes, I'll definitely continue to play basketball. That's for sure. I did try to put on some weight before I go into the game because I was too skinny, because I got to be, on camera all the time and everything. But yeah, I think it worked a little bit. That's why I was able to drive in actually and okay, no. I'm losing it again. Because if I don't lose it, I'm gonna get complaints from fans like, oh, Kris, you gotta lose some weight now. So yeah, I'm losing it again. But yeah, it definitely helps. And I try to put on. I don't know if I did put on 10 pounds though, but I definitely put on a few. Yeah.
If you train hard in this game, you can put on some serious muscle. But,
yes. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna try again next year. I refer. I was always a Lakers fan because Kobe's my favorite all time. But right now, there's someone that's topping my bias is Curry. So I would say that Laker, and second would be maybe Warriors. But yeah. Oh, and my fondest memories, Kobe with 81 points, that game, and also just the golden era in total. That was the time that I remember. I could relate to the most, and then that's when I was like so into basketball and everything. So yeah, my favorites.
You know, we're celebrating basketball in Toronto this weekend, but I think you just reminded Toronto fans of a moment they all want to forget, which is those 81 points were against the Raptors.
I'm sorry, I just forgot I'm in Toronto, but yeah.
But you know, but it was an amazing feat. I can't really talk about a particular team that I have an allegiance to, although all my colleagues kind of have a sense of the team that I like to follow, given my nationality. And for me, this will date me a little bit more. One of my fondest memories is also a milestone game is when Michael Jordan scored 63 points in a playoff game against the Celtics. And there was almost no time left on the clock and in regulation, if I'm remembering correctly, and the Bulls were down by 2 points. He had to sink 2 free throws to put it into overtime, and it was 2 clutch free throws. And I remember how he held his stroke and paused as the second one went through the hoop with an amazing amount of confidence, and that's one of my indelible memories for sure. Well, for me, I wasn't nearly the basketball player that you are, Kris. I played in high school, but I sat on the bench a lot. So I sat on the bench and took stats for the other players that were playing. But for me then, for basketball was a lot about what happened in practice. And I learned a ton about practice, hard work and discipline, and certainly teamwork for me. And teamwork has been a very, very important quality that has paid off in my business life because, we have 4 offices in Greater China, 150 staff members, a really, important business for the NBA, and we're constantly driving to grow the game of basketball. I couldn't do it without all of the people that I work with, and that's very important.
Totally agree. I mean, it's like the same to me. I mean, you learn a lot from playing basketball, I think. And I had to, we were just in the room, and then I saw this quote by Phil Jackson, and then I think it's make the we. No, make the me to we, right? Was it?
Exactly. Let's go take
should
it off the wall.
Should I take it off the wall? Like, I think what makes good teams great is when you
turn the me
into we or something. Yeah.
To that effect. Yeah.
Yes, and that's like, yeah. I that's the first time for me. I never really seen that quote before, but it gets to me. I feel like that's the way it is. Teamwork. It's all about. It's not always about yourself. It's about the people that you're around with, and that's what basketball can teach you. That's definitely what I benefit the most from basketball, working as a team.
Yeah. So we do agree.
Yes.
Yeah, and I'm delighted with how popular we've become in China. Maybe we don't have as many fans and followers as Kris does, but
of course you do.
Yeah, but
I am a fan.
That's great, and it's things like this that'll sort of generate even more attention. But we've got like over 100 million fans and followers on Weixin and social media more broadly, and I think we can expect a lot. Even I don't want to look too far ahead. I think we're going to have an amazing run to the playoffs. The playoffs themselves, with the level of competition we have in the league, I think promise to be great. And then I don't know who's going to knock off either Golden State or San Antonio to win the championship this year. It looks like the real question. And then the summer, and particularly when we focus on China, we have a draft that's coming up. And I think it's fair to say that we might have our next Chinese player drafted from the NBA in Zhou Qi. So I know there are a lot of scouts that have been out to look at him play in Xinjiang, and he's performing at the level of a true prospect. He helped catapult Team China into the Asian Championship. He'll be playing in the Olympic Games, and so that'll be something we definitely will have our eye on in summertime.
Have an eye on me too.
Yeah. Maybe you might not be a lottery pick, but maybe early second round. How's that sound, Kris?
I just got a 10-day contract for me. I'm gonna go to the Raptors. Yes.
Yeah, well, you're very popular here in Toronto, so the Raptors would be wise to do that. Well, for me, it wasn't obvious until I got to spend time with Kris. I've got to get more stylish, is what I clearly have to do for the new year.
Find some earrings too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Mm.
Mine would be just play more basketball, because recently I've been playing a lot because I want to get prepared for the celebrity games. But usually when for my like daily life, I'm just like busy doing my, acting and films and all that stuff, and I don't really have much time to play the game that much anymore. So really my goal would be to be able to play basketball at least 2 times a week.
Perfect. Well, we can help you with the basketball, and you can help me with the style.
Okay, let's do that. Yeah, sounds good. Sounds good. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. Happy New Year.
Yeah.
Happy New Year.
新年快乐。
新年快乐。新年快乐。